I guess my first video that I would tell another embarrassing story. Well, this one tops the cake. This might be the most embarrassing thing to ever occur in my life. So, what happened was I was about 19 and I was kind of going through this drug experimenting phase. For whatever reason, dorky reason. I was just interested in doing all these drugs, trying all these drugs, and I don't know, having these like magical, fucking awesome experiences that like changed my mind, and I don't know. Stupid thought process, but I guess that's what I was thinking at the young age of 19. I'm 26 now, so at least I'd like to think I've learned a little bit from that time period. But what happened was I was 19. I had bought some Xanax off my friends. I bought like maybe 15 pills. I think they were maybe a milligram a piece. I don't remember. But anyway, so I, at the time, worked at a supermarket, and I was scheduled for a janitorial shift that day. So I figured, okay, well, this is going to be nothing. I'm not going to have to interact with customers. I'm going to be off on my own most of the time, just kind of doing my own thing. Like, why do I need to be sober or at all in my right state of mind? So I made the stupid decision to pop 4 of these 1 milligram tablets. And right before my shift, after that, maybe 20 or 30 minutes later, I get into my car, I drive to my workplace, which is luckily only 5 minutes away, and in the parking lot, instead of, pulling into a parking space like every other car is supposed to do, my drug addict fried brain in the moment thought, okay, well, instead of parking into a parking space, let's park in front of the space. So if you can imagine a parking space is right here, I parked in front of the parking space. I parked in the spot where cars are driving back and forth to try to find a parking space. So I'm blocking all kinds of traffic. And then eventually someone asked me like, hey, Jack, is that your car out there? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And then I look, and sure enough, I see my silver Lexus parked in front of the parking space, blocking traffic going back and forth, in their effort to find a parking space. So, eventually, the manager says, like, hey, do you have anybody you can call to come pick you up? Because you're clearly, like, too fucked up to finish this shift. And I was like, yeah. So, embarrassingly enough, I had to call my mom to come pick me up. And, after that, I was sure that, like, I was gonna be fired and there was gonna be no job waiting for me. Like, there's no way they're gonna want a fucking pillhead working for them. But sure enough, me having the balls of steel I have and me being a man amongst men, I held my head up high, walked back in there, faced the embarrassment and humiliation that I'd suffered because everybody, when I walked into the building, could tell I was fucked up. I was walking into shopping carts. I was walking into things. I was stumbling, bumbling, slurring my words. Just evidently, it was just so obvious that I was blown, fucking bar-tard out of my mind. So, I went in there the next day, faced the embarrassment, the humiliation, the very real possibility that I was going to be fired. But sure enough, the manager, the manager of the store, the HR manager, and maybe some other employees that were kind of high up at that specific store, like in high up managerial positions, For whatever reason, they were just like, yeah, you probably need to get some help, and, if we don't, we're gonna have to let you go, but, other than that, yeah, just, get back out there, finish your shift, and, do your job and shit. And to my absolute surprise, they did not fire me. I have no idea why. Yeah, I made a total ass of myself, and I faced up to it at least. Lesson for you guys out there. Yeah, that's it. See you later, maybe.